Apprentice.
Mark is an apprentice chef at the restaurant.
Most of the work was done by apprentices.
That chef is discontent with his new apprentice because he's too clumsy.
The apprenticeship was a grueling period, but George learned a lot.
Mark is an apprentice chef at the restaurant.
Apprentice.
Assure.
He assured the boss that the building would be done on time. He assured the boss that the building would be done on time.
The Prime Minister assured the electorate that taxes will not increase. Rest assured that the police will find the thieves. He spoke assuredly, but his follow-up memo showed less conviction.
Bandage.
If you cut yourself, please get a bandage from the first aid kit.
Make sure the bandage isn't too tight.
Treatment of your injury is as follows. Wash the cut and change the bandage daily. She had a bandage on her arm.
Wind the bandage around your finger.
Bandage.
Bleed.
He was bled to death.
Bacteria can cause gums to swell and bleed.
Some common complications include the effects of anesthesia, infection, swelling, redness, bleeding, and pain.
The best way to treat such bleeding is to apply firm pressure.
Press firmly on the wound to stop the bleeding.
Bleed.
Bond.
The women bonded after several hours of conversation. When he cashed in their bonds, he received several $1,000s.
It sounds like it was a very bonding experience.
I released the dogs from their bonds. The bonds were sold through a stockbroker.
Bond.
Chef.
He is one of the top chefs in Britain. The chef created a list of dishes.
These chefs are trained to identify the poisonous parts of the fish.
The American chefs worked hand in hand with their Slovene counterparts and their teams.
That chef is discontent with his new apprentice because he's too clumsy.
Chef.
Crown.
The crown is made of gold.
He is the crown prince of the country.
They became embarrassments to the British crown.
The Crows is considered to be good luck for the crown of England.
Crown.
Diligent.
Craig has always been a very diligent person at work. Craig has always been a very diligent person at work.
Diligent.
Emperor.
The Emperor Julius Caesar was in control of ancient Rome.
He passed down the throne to his son and became the retired emperor.
The emperor's reign lasted for only 2 years.
Emperor.
Fiber.
He bought a coat made from gold fibers.
The fiber, potassium and vitamin C content in pineapple, all support heart health.
Broccoli contains vitamin C and fiber.
Pomegranate seeds contain substances called unsaturated oils, carbohydrates and fiber.
Bundles of fiber scopes fused together, in a solid plate, called a faceplate.
Fiber.
Horrible.
The chef was a horrible person to work for. This man is so horrible.
If I stop working, I'll be totally bored, and that will be even more horrible.
There's been a horrible accident.
If you suddenly had horrible eye pain, you would have visited an oculist.
Horrible. Impolite.
Roger is impolite to everyone he meets. It is impolite to play a joke on Miss Vincent.
Some people think it is impolite to ask someone's age.
Pointing here is not impolite, it's simply a way to get someone's attention.
That is considered impolite and even rude.
Impolite.
Kneel.
She knelt in front of the altar and prayed. She knelt in front of the altar and prayed.
He kneeled down and asked me to marry him.
She kneels in front of the ancestor altar and prays.
Kneel. Luxury.
Now we'll be able to live in luxury for the rest of our lives.
Macau's newest small luxury hotel has a beautiful location.
She stayed in a luxury hotel suite, with a king-size bed.
Paris has always been synonymous with elegance, luxury and style.
The company has just produced a luxury version of the aircraft.
Luxury. Massive.
The wheels on his truck were massive.
The bell is very massive, weighing over 40 tons. He had a massive stroke last month.
The wheels on his truck were massive.
Erupting volcanoes discharge massive quantities of dust into the stratosphere.
Massive.
Panic.
I panicked when I saw smoke coming out of the engine.
Investors panic and pull their money out of the country.
Relax. Don't hit the button, it's just the wind. I panicked when I saw smoke coming out of the engine.
I experienced a moment of panic as I boarded the plane.
Panic.
Priority.
Our top priority is to improve standards.
They shifted economic priority from heavy industry to 3 major economic programs.
And time is spent in proportion to the priority of the task.
The new husband is likely to make his career less of a priority than his family life. The first priority is to cut costs.
Priority. Robe.
His robe was destroyed by the dog.
Julia Roberts' career took off with the film Pretty Woman.
Mr. Robert leads a leisurely life in Hawaii after retiring.
This is the statue of a woman who is wearing a loose robe.
robe,
Scold.
Jessie was scolded by the teacher for not paying attention.
She scolded her children in an angry tone.
Jessie was scolded by the teacher for not paying attention.